we're all engaged in the dugout. We're as excited as anybody in the stadium, and unfortunately, might have made one mistake that was hit for a solo home run, but that was the only thing where he was nicked up. He was in total command of every inning. I think the second he had to work a little bit. We got a big throw out at second base that got him out of some situation, but overall just a great job by him. Some timely hitting. We were up against our own challenges with Garrett Cole, who was very effective. 7 strong innings. We scored some runs early, and it was a great team effort.
8 of the 11 strikeouts going slider. What did you see from that slider?
Well, the same thing I saw in Colorado, and I spoke a little bit about it in the pregame, is that his slider has been very good with late action in the hitting zone, and it's just he's been typical Zach for the past several outings, and we're pleased that he's been as locked in as he has been. He's been carrying this staff, and we want that to continue. And it was a great outing for him all the way around. And it wasn't just his slider; it was fastball command. It was other secondary pitches. It was a complete outing for him.
Did you try to? I saw you talk to him at one point, but earlier, does the demeanor change in the dugout at all as the game goes on? Or
no, he's Zach's always Zach. Nothing gets him too high or nothing gets him too low. And I was talking to him about how he felt at the plate and what if there were some things that he wanted to try and do. I'm always encouraging him to go up there and swing the bat and have a plan or an approach. And we were talking a little bit of baseball strategy as far as an offensive standpoint. But no, it's the same conversations that I would have with him at any time. And they're quirky and goofy and serious at the same time.
Tell me a little hard on that one.
What's that? Yeah.
It made me a little nervous, I think.
Yeah, we all took a collective sigh of relief when he got back in the box and felt okay. But you're right. You see a pitcher swing that hard, and he can do that. He's very capable of driving a ball with that type of swing, but the follow-through always worries you. Butch and I were talking about it, and it was my decision to remove him from the game. I just felt like at 107 pitches, it was time to turn it over to the bullpen and let Fernando do his job, and it worked out very well. I think some of the biggest stress that I was walking through during the course of this game is the obvious thought that everybody's having is how far do you let him go if he's flirting with a no-hitter. So I had a number in mind. I talked to Butch about it. And we were still a little ways away from that, and we weren't going to exceed that pitch limit. But once the no-hitter was lost, we wanted to make sure that we preserve the win and turn it over to the bullpen.
So you would have sent him back out had he had the no-hitter, would you have sent him back out tonight?
Yes.
So
Yes.
If there
Yes.
were 2 out in the 9th and he's reached the pitch limit, you pull him out of the game?
You always ask such tough questions. I don't know, and I don't have to worry about it because it didn't happen.
Was it around 120?
Something right? Yeah, it's a pretty good guess. Yeah. Barry, it's a fair question, and I'm sorry. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have followed my instincts and talked to Mike Butcher about it. But anytime somebody flirts with a no-hitter, it's exciting. We become fans just like everybody else, and it was quite an accomplishment for what he did do. And we want to always protect our players. So we would have probably used our heads a little bit and thought about it. But luckily, we weren't faced up with that decision. You're exactly right. That's the one thing I complimented Brandon on the end of the game, right? he's a fast tagger, and he got that tag down in a second. But let's give Jeff Mathis a ton of credit. Fernando gets him the ball in a sufficient amount of time. Jeff throws from his knees, and it ends the game. I know it's heartbreaking for them, but it's a great little push for us, and it was a great moment of celebration. I know Jeff was really excited. Talk about a guy who's grinding. He doesn't let it affect that part of his game, and he goes out there and makes that type of play. Speaks volumes about his character.
What are you thinking with Blanco's first ball when it goes foul?
Well, my first thought is every time somebody hits a home run foul, they usually strike out. So that was the first thought I was having, but very rarely do they follow it up with a home run. He's a very capable hitter, and I probably was jumping back into the moment thinking that we can't make a mistake because he has the ability to do something like that. And obviously, we know what happened. Yeah, a few of their guys had some really good at-bats. I think Polanco's first at-bat was 11 pitches. Right, he was fouling off a number of quality pitches down at the bottom of the zone. And, yeah, I think he he saw a lot of different angles on pitches, a lot of different types of pitches, and I think he was probably most familiar with Zach through the course of the night based on the grinding at bats that he had.
At what point in the game did you start thoughts went to your mind, hey, I might do this?
I turned to Mike Butcher in the 5th inning, and I said, he's got no-hit stuff. What is your absolute max pitch number for tonight for Zach? So we, for about a half an inning, talked it over. So I was starting to feel it in about the 5th.